One of the things I've been thinking about lately is really one of the key components to happiness. And I feel like everybody needs to have a sort of a passion, a goal, or a hobby, or some type of thing that's motivating you besides the daily grind and routine. So like a lot of people, I feel get stuck in the whole routine of, you know, go to work, go through the motions, maybe go out on the weekend, get some drinks, but otherwise you're just kind of stuck in the whole, the rotation, so to speak. And then, some people have kids and then their whole life is just based off of their children, which is really what most people do, obviously. Um, it's just part of life, that's how it goes for a lot of people. But I think that everybody was born with some kind of talent or potential in some way or another, and have the sort of like, how do I say this, for sort of embedded thing in them, and there's some type of hidden talent or hidden thing that they have to discover at some point in their life. And unfortunately, I think it's a tragedy. A lot of people just never find out what it is, and just never discover, tap into that. Like I use myself as an example because that's really what got me thinking. But like for me, it's obviously my martial arts and boxing training, and now teaching and just improving myself, and ranking up, and trying to improve my sort of way of life, my way of just thinking and everything that goes along with it. Has It's been a result of that, the discipline, and it's whatever. Everybody who knows me knows that's my passion. But the funny thing is like I was never athletic at all in high school. Anybody who knew me, I didn't play sports, and I didn't like basketball, and I was out of shape, and I was not athletic. I mean, I played a little league when I was little, but I was like was it's little league. Every kid goes through that, or you know, karate or something. It was just an activity. Um, and then it's just I tapped into it one day. Like, I mean, that'll be a whole nother story as far as how I got into it. But I just discovered like, oh, like shit, this is something that I'm actually pretty good at. Oh, like I kind of got hands, and I never had this. There was no evidence of it being there, but I just found it out. And for people, it could be different things. Like people could be good at drawing. I know a lot of artists, a lot of good artists, really that just never really got the respect. I think for the kind of work they do. But anyway, um, everybody's got something. You know, and even if it's a major hobby or some kind of pursuit or goal, like you could be a focused like stamp collector, or whatever. Just there's got to be some passion, some way for you to relieve the ball of emotion and stress after a day of work, or school or whatever. Like you have all this energy that you build up dealing with negatives and stuff that stresses you out during the day, people you encounter, and then unfortunately, a lot of people never really get to channel that, or let it go, or channel it using something, use that energy, because otherwise all that energy and stress just stays in you, and it's bad. It shit eats away at you, and problems, man, long term problems. So you got to channel it. You got to channel that energy into something, So anyway, point I'm trying to make is, um, find your passion. Most people I know have found their passion: music, musicians, um, people that play instruments, and then of course all my fellow martial artists. But some people, you haven't found it yet, and it's a tragedy, and it's there. You got there's a thing that's always been in the back of your head, like I've always wanted to skydive or ride a motorcycle or something. Like these are things that it's just back there, and you just ignore it. A lot of people unfortunately ignore it, or they just never get around to doing that thing. I'm like, what do you got to lose? You only live once, really. What do you got to lose? Seriously, So just take some time out, and live for yourself. Don't live for your work, or just do you basically take some time for yourself and figure out what it is, and give you some motivation to do something else in the morning besides get up for work. Anyway, just a little bit of rambling I'm doing, but hope motivate somebody. So good night, y'all.